Friends, we've entered a time in the Jewish calendar called the 3 weeks. It is a time of semi-mourning for the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem. And it begins with the 17th day of Tammuz, when Jerusalem was broken into, until 3 weeks later was the destruction and the burning of the temple on Tisha B'Av. And so we have 21 days, but it's, in fact, there's a number of laws, of customs that we do. For example, we don't get married on these 3 weeks. We don't take haircuts. We don't hear music to be happy. Things like surgery to do with health, we try to postpone until after the 9 days, which is not the most mazeldik or lucky. And it says even for legal matters, if someone has a court case, it is better to arrange, if possible, a legal matter until after the 9 days. And the question is, why is it called the 3 weeks as opposed to the 21 days? It became known as the 3 weeks. Why? And we'll see that the name 3 is actually not by coincidence, but it is actually intentional. The number 3 expresses the whole idea of the time period that we are in. At first glance, friends, these days seem to be very sad days and bad days, with the destruction of the temple and when the exile began. But when we think about it deeper, we'll soon see that it is hidden a concealed good, because God is good. Everything that happens in the world is good, is from God, because God is the ultimate good. And certain things seem to be bad. However, in truth, really, they are in fact the ultimate good. So to our time period that we find ourselves now, from the 17th day of Tammuz until Tisha B'Av, are such a period which appeared to be bad. All the tzara started, destruction of the temple, but really, essentially, it is actually a good time. Because as soon as the temple was destroyed, the third Beis HaMikdash, the third temple, was rebuilt in heaven. May it be speedily rebuilt. And so we see here, friends, that the number 3, in fact, now we see why it's called 3 weeks as opposed to 21 days. Because the name 3 expresses the whole idea of the third Beis HaMikdash, the third temple, which we're all waiting for. And so may Hashem help, may God help that we get used to seeing in everything that happens in the world the good, and then we will merit the third temple speedily in our days. Amen. We're also entering the Shabbat when we bless the new month of Av, which has the 9 days, and Tisha B'Av, the saddest days in Jewish history. But Av, as we know, Av is also from the name Abba, Father. And our Father, of course, wants only the best for His children. And so may we have that Mashiach in the third temple in our days now. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.